All right, my fitness knights, you know what it is. We're back at it again with another workout video. Today we're going to be talking about this bullshit motherfucking Julian Fitzgerald saying he's natty. All right, so let's break this down for you guys. As you can see, even just the start of this video is literally insane. Bro's 18, looks like this, and then the caption to the left-hand side says, only been training for 3 years. Okay, let me put this to you bluntly, guys. Nobody in the world is going to look like this if they've been training for 3 years natural. This is good genetics because he does have naturally good genetics, but what happens when you naturally have good genetics and then you use anabolic steroids is you get a genetic potential reaction to extraordinary amounts. So here we have this not natty person trying to preach to people who are mostly natural how to train, which is insane. Larry Wheels is literally saying that he's having a hard time believing that this is achievable natural at 18 years old. You know what that means? That means that even Larry Wheels is suspect about it. Like, come on. It's so classic how you can just tell he's on gear by how he's saying you only need 3 reps per arm for 2 sets. That's like 6 reps each arm for muscle growth. That's not real. Nobody in any situation of natural would ever tell you, yeah, all you gotta do is 3 reps each arm every day and then you're gonna get yoked. But make sure it's 2 sets. Like, bro, that's just not real, man. Like, you're gonna end up hurting your clients, and he doesn't really see the full picture probably because he's so young. He's like 18. So you can only imagine, like, he's trying to do the right things. He said he wants to be a role model, and that's great. But role models, most of the time, what are you teaching? Like, you're teaching to lie to people? You're teaching them to be a fake natty? Like, you don't want to do that, you know? Larry Wheels, I feel like he should have spoke up a little bit more during this whole thing, but you could tell he was just trying to keep the peace and trying to inspire him. You can tell the wisdom that Larry Wheels shows during this all, but Julian just wants to try to put himself at a point of like a pedestal that like he knows everything. But I mean, what do you expect from someone younger? You know what I mean? Like, knowing that they are gonna think that they know everything, you know? So it's just like and a lot of the whole training video is him throwing subconsciouses, him throwing subs at Larry Wheels, like, oh yeah, you're like, your biceps aren't really as strong as mine. So it's crazy. The fact that he thinks 2 sets, 3 reps per arm, a total of 6 reps each arm is gonna get you yoked or even promote muscle growth for athletes who are natural is just ridiculous, man. Like, how idiotic can your thought process be to believe that? Just stupid. That's why this video is so idiotic, is thinking and trying to preach. He's trying to help Larry Wheels work out, who's also anabolic, so it makes sense. But if you had this guy as your trainer trying to help you get better, it would be literally just pointless. Why would you want to have some anabolic trainer as your trainer? You wouldn't. You would want to have an all-natural trainer. Why? Because he's gonna teach you the wrong things. No, you should not at all only do 2 to 3 reps in order to achieve muscle growth. Like, bro, that's only happening if you can send blood to your muscles at an anabolic rate. That's not going to happen if you're a natural athlete. That would only happen if you competed for a long time unnaturally, or if you've been training for the amount of time that he's been training unnaturally. So he's been training for about 3 years unnaturally. Probably definitely running tests. Probably a little bit of DECA. Looks like maybe no Anavar in this cycle. But dude's definitely, don't get me wrong, he's doing the right things, but he doesn't know how to train natural athletes, and that's the thing. Like, that's the problem with saying that you're natural, is because you're gonna fuck someone up that you try to train. See, like, the whole time he's trying to train Larry Wheels. Like why is the non-IFBB dude who's been running an anabolic cycle for only 3 years trying to train Larry Wheels, who's been doing this for the rest of his life? Like, the Julian Fitzgerald, he better pray that he doesn't fuck up his cycle one time or get some bunk gear, because if he does, he's done. Larry Wheels should be preaching to this kid, but he's just trying to test the waters and see what's really going on in his mind. You know what I mean? And he follows the workout program that he's given him gracefully, because he's just trying to, like, you know, just feel out the waters. So So a lot of the exercises that he's doing aren't even going to work if you're natural, because they can only be implemented if you have a certain amount of muscle stabilizers around the exercises that you're doing. And you can only get that much muscle stabilizers around that muscle group that you're trying to work out if you've been running gear for 2 or 3 years. It's just incredible. He's going to give his clients exercises, if he wants to even be a coach, or if he wants to do that, he's going to give his clients exercises that are just going to mess up his whole team, mess up his whole clients' workouts. He's going to end up messing up the people he's trying to help. Like, how can you be a role model and then mess up the people or clients that want to follow your program? Bro, this is a bunk program. He's running great gear with a bunk program and bunk exercises with bunk ass reps and sets. This stupid mother Julian Fitzgerald is going to end up ruining the people that he wants to help. What would really help is if you told people that you were not natural, if you told people that I have a not natural program for those who are not natural, because doing the exercises and the rep ranges that I'm doing are only going to help you if you're not natural. And it's just all so obvious. Larry Wheels even walks into the first 3 to 4 minutes of the video and he goes, yeah, I can't believe he's natural, to be honest, either. So, like, it's just crazy. Like, thinking that you're going to do a tricep extension with, like, this much weight overhead while you're at that angle is unreal. It's just not real. You're going to end up tearing a rotator cuff, hurting a front delt. You're going to end up with no lateral motion in your shoulder if you're going to end up doing these exercises, especially if you're natural. So what I would recommend is whatever Julian Fitzgerald says, unless you're running gear, don't do. He doesn't know what he's talking about. He's been training. Listen, if you've been taking gear since you've been 16, you haven't trained a day natural. So what that means is that he doesn't know how to gain muscle naturally. Gaining muscle naturally versus gaining muscle unnaturally is a completely different program. Unnatural, you can lift more weight, heavier weight with a reduced rep range section and still put on the muscle mass that you're trying to achieve. But if you want to gain solid, lean muscle over time, the natural way, in order to retain most of your muscles and not lose it after you're going off gear, and you can save yourself years of cardiac arrest potential and years of torn joints, then what you're going to want to do is not follow this program. He doesn't know what he's talking about for people who are natural athletes. So if you follow his program that he's trying to give you or get you or teach you, you're going to get hurt, man. What you should do is eat your protein weight in grams, exercise to the range of motion that your muscles can stabilize correctly in order to put on large amount of lean muscle mass and eventually end up with a good rounded out physique. What Julian Fitzgerald, this stupid ass motherfucking, is doing is he's messing people up in the long run. I know he's trying to help, but being a role model and helping influence others and being a good influence starts with telling the truth. Being a man of your word and being honest. And being honest with your clientele is something that will probably build a better bond with them and something that will help you guys progress together. It's not only about you making money off it. It's not only about you, how great you are. And I get it, at a young age you can feel more conceited, but it's not all about that. What it really is about is if he wants to, like he said, help people, what it really is about is being honest so you can help those around you. So that's just my take on this bullshit ass 18-year-old Julian Fitzgerald trying to say he's a lifter pro. You know what it is. So I'm going to talk to you guys next time. Thanks for tuning in, Fitness Nights. You know what it is. Be safe and God bless. Oh, yeah.